What's going on? What's going on? My name is Mike Jones, Phil Jones. Have you guys know me personally or professionally? I'm one of the hosts of the Extraordinary Men podcast. If you guys are tuning into this, more than likely you've heard of the podcast, and or if you're new to this, please make sure to tune in. So, as a channel that likes to talk about things that can uplift and enrich and assist men with being a more quality version of itself, I just wanted to go ahead and throw something out here to try to, just aid men in understanding that there's no shame in your past or your experiences or anything of the likeness. So I want to talk about one of my past dating situations. Now again, it's in the past, it's long over with, but at the same time, I think that it's still relevant to somebody somewhere. So I'm hoping y'all just enjoy the ride. I'm gonna just take y'all down real quick. So, one of my dating experiences that I had was where I wanted to get with a young lady, and I didn't necessarily understand why she was with the guy that she was with, or why she was dedicating her heart to the guy that she was with. So I felt as if I had an opportunity. Well, number one, if she was dating somebody and she was giving me the time of day, then it must be something about me that she sees that she likes, and to me that spelled out that I had an end. So me and this young lady, we began talking. Now mind you, when you're talking to somebody and you're not getting straight to the sex, it forces you to listen to what that young lady has to say. And as you start getting to know this person, you start really coming to the realization, it's like, man, I kind of like her. I kind of like her. She's actually pretty cool, pretty down to earth. She has some very good qualities about her. So things start going through my head. It's just like, why is it that the gentleman that's with her doesn't see all of these quality attributes that she possesses? Why does she have to fight so hard to try to get his love and his attention? So of course, as a young, naive man, what do? I start giving her all of my time and attention. Now, everything seems cool. Everything is good. We have good long talks. We have good long conversations about everything. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, we both enjoyed track. We both enjoyed quite a few things, actually. We had quite a bit of stuff in common. But no matter what the situation was, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking like, yeah, I'm putting in work. I'm chipping away slowly but surely, and I'm going to get what I need to get out of this situation, which ultimately, you find out that, you really want to be with. It ain't just a sexual thing. Like, I actually really want to be with her. So I'm pursuing it from that angle. You're trying to be a gentleman. You want to take all the right steps. You're listening. You're not too overly aggressive, but you're making sure to break the touch barriers and stuff. You're making sure to do certain things that let her know that I have no interest in being friend zoned, but at the same token, I'm a gentleman, so I'll wait my turn. I'll wait for my time. Well, as luck should have it, every time that she would be going through a situation, which again, looking at it later on in life, I realized that a lot of those situations that she was going to were predicated off of the fact that I was introducing her to something that she hadn't been getting. I was giving her attention. So the more attention that she was receiving from me, the more disdain she was growing for him. But it wasn't enough to make her leave the situation. It was just enough to make her question it. And she'd question it more and more and more, but no action. So, like any good, nice guy, what do? I take that as a cue to try harder. Because when you got the end, she's telling you everything. She's literally telling you every single thing that he's doing wrong. Oh, he's not communicating. He's not this. He's not that. He's not... And you go from, I'm offering you everything that you say that you want. I'm giving it to you. You want flowers. I bring you flowers. You want attention. I bring you attention. You want to feel loved. I hug. I kiss. I do everything under the sun that you say out your mouth that you want. Ultimately, it started to weigh on me. And the more that it started to weigh on me, the more I started to try to apply pressure. It's just like, hey, listen, you don't have to deal with what you're dealing with. Just come be with me. I'll make you feel better. All that pain that you feel, it'll go away with me. I will absolutely go above and beyond to repair you and to show you a better way. So I'm pretty sure you guys know that this isn't the person I got married to, and that it was all a fallacy in my head. So I'll continue. More and more time progresses, things get hotter, it gets heavier, it gets whatever you want to call it, but still no commitment. You still with him. And I can't understand it. I can't figure it out. Why is it that everything that I give you isn't enough? Why are you still accepting less than from that man? Well, it got to a point to where it was weighing on my spirit and weighing on my heart so much that I was stone cold in love with that woman. And there was nothing I could do to pry her away from that man. And it was very clear to me that she wasn't ready to let go. So I had to cut her off cold turkey. Time goes. I hear through the grapevine from, we say like a matter of months. Time goes, it's like 6-7 months. I can't remember the timeline. This was well over a decade, like whatever. I can't remember the specific year, but just in essence, I remember it because I remember how it made me feel. So one day, very close friend of mine, who just so happens to be a mutual friend of her and I, he was going to go pick her up from work one day. And he called me saying, hey, listen, why don't you run the interference? Because I know what y'all had and I know how you felt about it. She might feel real good to hear from you because now she's broken up with the guy. Now she's finally, free. She's available. So I'm like, man, that's a great idea. So instead of him showing up to pick her up from work, I go. I stop, drop everything, and I go pick her up. In my mind, I'm thinking that with all the hot and heavy, with all of the emotional, everything that we had, seeing me after all this time should just set her on fire. It should just be, hey, let's be that thing that you promised me. Are you still interested in giving me that? So I can tell her, hell yeah, let's just go ahead and let's just do it the right way. That's not how it went. I pull up at her job. I walk in. I show my face. Let her know the chariot awaits. That warm embrace that I was expecting to get never happened. She got in the car. Silence. Crickets. Hear a pin drop. I'm like, okay, this isn't necessarily how I expected it to go. Okay, let me look a little further into it. So I ask her, once we get close to our house, I say to her, you and I shared a great deal of emotion back and forth, and it was hard. And I pulled myself back because I couldn't take it. It was so difficult for me to sit there and watch somebody that I loved suffer. But I couldn't convince her to leave. But now that you're gone, I could give you everything that you deserved. Why don't we just go ahead and shoot for the stars? Let's go for it. Let's do it. She says, That's so kind. That's so nice. I love the gesture, but after that breakup, I need to work on me. I need to heal me. I need to figure me out. And then I asked her, well, what was all that we had? What was that? Did it mean nothing to you? The look on her face told me everything that I needed to know. After I dropped her off, I didn't cry, but I wanted to. I wanted to, but I couldn't, because there was always that nagging part of me that knew what it was already, and I didn't want to accept it. At this moment is when it solidified my belief. She never saw me, or the nice things that I did, or the gestures that I made, or the promises, and me keeping the promise. She never saw me. What she saw was, why can't the God that has the keys to my heart be more like this guy? She got attention from me. I gave her the attention that she craved. And in giving her the attention, she had the guy that was blowing her back out, that had the keys to her heart, and she had the guy that would give her anything that she wanted. Between the two of us, she had the perfect man. When I removed myself from the equation and she had to go back down that dark pit of not having the attention, that's what gave her the incentive to leave him. But it had nothing to do with me. It had everything to do with she no longer had something to fill that void. I was irrelevant. I didn't exist. And I think that was one of the most heartbreaking aspects of that situation, is coming to the realization that I truly didn't exist in a situation of where I thought as a young man that this was the woman I was going to be with forever. Silly me. What I'm telling you guys is that if you could take anything from this story, you have to understand that when you think you're putting in work, and when you think that you are really gaining ground, sometimes you're a source of entertainment. Sometimes you're filling a void. Sometimes you are just a buffer to help them get from one place to another, or to help them cope. You're a distraction from dealing with the reality of the torn relationship. Some guys thrive on being the man on the side, and that's fine for them. Some guys truly, genuinely have the hearts to deal and come to no avail. And I'm telling you, it's a losing system. A woman who is interested is going to act like a woman who is interested. On the flip side of this, a man who is interested is going to act like a man who is interested. There's going to be an aspect of reciprocity. If you don't know what reciprocity means, is that you're going to put in an equal amount of what I put in. So you're going to want to be on the date as bad as I want to take you on one. You're going to pick up the phone and you're going to call me to tell me about how your day went. You want me to be involved in many aspects of your life, as many as possible, because you want to solidify that connection. I had a bad day at work. Only thing I'm thinking of is making sure I pick up the phone and call that person. A lot of times we're trying to force ourselves into an equation. You know, that square peg in a round hole theory. I experienced it firsthand, and hopefully if you listen to this story and you understand the context of the story, you won't have to go through it yourself. So this is my first simp story. I have several others before I finally pulled it together, grew a pair, and got myself together. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.